everybody. After a short break, we're back with Fitness Fridays, and this week we're going to be going over common misconceptions with training. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to training, but this week we're going to be going over 3 of the biggest ones. The first misconception that we're going to go over today deals with sports-specific training. Now, sports-specific training is important because you should be training for your sport, but what it means is where the problem comes in. A lot of people think that sports-specific training means that your training needs to mimic and look like your sport, but that's kind of the opposite of what it should look like. We want to get stronger, we want to get faster, we want to become more powerful, and all those things are specific to your sport, but your training should never, ever, ever look like your sport. The next topic we're going to touch on kind of goes hand in hand with sports-specific training, and it's functional training. Now, where a lot of people think of functional training, you think of balancing on certain modalities and doing relatively awkward movements. But that's not really what functional training should be. Functional training should be things that are functional to you as an athlete within your sport. So the squat can be very functional, a lunge can be very functional, pushing a sled. It all really kind of depends on what you need as an athlete to excel in your sport. The next topic I'm going to touch on deals with the difference between training and exercise. Now, a lot of people think that these two words and their meanings are pretty interchangeable, but they're really not. Exercise is something we do to benefit our health, whereas training involves an end goal and a way to get there. So while there's many differences between exercise and training, the biggest take home from that is that the goal of training should never be to be exhausted. The goal of training should always be to get better, more powerful, stronger. Sometimes conditioning can be part of that, but the goal should never be exhaustion. It should always be to become a better athlete. Thanks for tuning in this week. We just wanted to touch on some of those topics. We'll be expanding on them in the upcoming weeks. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out with the contact information at the end of this video.